Morning, everyone. Anyway, I'm just filming here. This is with the local state dot or local. What's so local about the state? But anyway, this is about what I'm about to bark on. What's about to show your asses is that basically I'm about to show halfway in between because I'm about to show. Well, it looks as though um, the U.S. route because it goes into Oklahoma. So because across state boundaries, it's a U.S. not a state or county marked. So starting from almost the bay or the Gulf of America itself, I'm about to show your asses basically sort of the halfway point. It's not going to work out entirely because of the NTD live children, because of small villages or the townships that we'll be driving through west of Wichita, not related to Kansas. But this is to hook up Amarillo to Fort Worth, basically the western end, or basically down Teasy. So this U.S. highway has to hook up with 35 down Teasy, in FT Dub. I don't know if people call it that, but I'm about to show us of what it basically from Waxahachie or something like that. I forget. So it's pretty much the halfway point between Armadillo and basically the DF Dub. So there's really no highway in between the two. So 287. I'm about to show your ass. Okay, part two. I totally half-assed that one. So this was basically a state that the state did, basically doing a study. The survey already expired. It's already over and done with. And I don't think there's a real way of interstating it, but I'm about to show them in a trial balloon or a trial run myself of what it be look like. And I'll point out some areas. There are some areas that do look interstate-ish. Not everywhere, but it's a direct hookup between the Metroplex and Amarillo. So, or 27, basically 2745. So, looking at this, those are just some of the considerations. Some of the matrices, what do they have there? So I guess they were just doing a study. So they have to do the different public 287 corridor. So there's not much of a corridor, yeah. I-40 line. And yeah, it's to hook up I-40 to 45 or 30 even. To the south and to the east, or to the north and to the west. So the survey's already been done. Hey guys, right before I embark on an exit 247, 24/7, here on 45, or as I like to call it, Trump Parkway. Get it? 45. So anyway, I don't know whether or not, if you're going from Fort Worth, or maybe Amarillo there, to H-Town, your shortcut is 287. But for those of you already in the Metroplex, I mean already, look at all the closures, is to hop on 287 rather. 287 already anyway. So that's your way to go north and to the west. But if you're going south into the east, your way, I know it's kind of hard for me to show, is 287 already right there, which is a complete workaround. Or really outer beltway, because it already bypasses Dallas already. It takes you to Fort Worth. But I'll show you in a second as to how we're gonna have to like basically hijack onto I-35 for a minute. Well, for a minute, because it borrows 35 as part of its route. All right, pass some love. So here it is, exit 24/7. Pretty easy to remember. And it's funny, it's 287, yet the exit number is 24/7. So coming up on a mile per. So again, as I said, this is just a workaround because it goes northwest southeast. So if you're coming from Amarillo or whatever, and not Lubbock at that point, you got to do a 84. There's no direct way. You're going between H-Town and Amarillo, so that's it. I'm about to come up here and I'll show you the interchange on this, or the ramp. So, and it feels very, very interstate-ish. Might as well be. It has interstate attributes or aspects to it. So north here. So it actually goes. This is like a, I don't know if you call it an outer loop, but it's just a workaround to not have to deal with the Metroplex at all, or the city. So this is like very, very, I don't know if you want to call it remote. It's kind of like if you're going around Jacksonville, it'd be like the 301 or state, the U.S. Route 301, something like that. I don't know. It's just one example, I guess. Okay, so here it comes. Just kind of show you. And then when I come back on, I mean, this is, because once we hit 20, I think that it's at around Grand Prairie, something like that. So it's actually the southeastern suburbs, southern suburbs. And at that point, we'll jump on 20. It basically jumps on, or it basically hijacks other interstates, 28, 20. Well, it goes off on its own for a minute, and then we go through down Teasy there. So, feels very interstate-ish right here. And, yeah, I'll show you the follow-up. So just to kind of further elaborate my point is that 287, or the northwest route rather, it's already far north of down Teasy there. So it's kind of it's almost up there by UNT already. So 287 already at this point is like, see, it's already north of the loop. Because I wouldn't say that 820 is like a 635 or it hooks up, kind of, sort of. It gets disrupted by the airport down Teasy there in Dallas. So that's why there's not an actual, like, comprehensive loop around the entire Metroplex. But anyways, you can see it right through there. 287 is, it has to borrow 35 for a minute, or use 35 as part of its route, rather, because it's cutting through the south into the east side. So it borrows a little bit of 20, and then goes up a little bit of 820 there. So it kind of has to staircase its way then through down Teasy, and then eventually North Beasy right there. So it spits you out on the north side. Okay, so it looks as though there's kind of in conjunction the split off with 20. So that's where 287 joins up with 20 west. So it has to borrow some interstate. All right, so there looks to be north 820. Whoops. Sorry about that. But they go in opposite directions though, because 820 is Fort Worth 635, if I'm not mistaken, because that's their loopway or beltway. I wouldn't call it a loop, but it's like just somewhat of a beltway. So, okay, because they go in opposite directions. Traffic too during the day. Luckily I'm driving this at night, and that's the reason why I'm doing this little project thingy. A lot of construction out here. So there is one stretch of where both these ways, because they don't share the way, where they'll split or they'll go their own separate ways. So, yeah, we'll see it here of where 287 gets its own roadway. Yep, this is it. This is it right here. So this is a little split off FedEx, of course. Leave it up to them. All right, I don't know. This is the split. This is the split. So at one point, yeah. What is that? Yeah, this is split off. So this continues on north to the west. So that's this way. That is this way. Wishbones. made 20 basically. Oh, it parallels 20. It's like an in-between, I guess, 30 and 20. I guess. It's 820, but it goes east. It goes eastward. Okay. It's its own separate roadway. All right. All right, so this continues onward, and then it branches off to 30. So we pass by 30. Pass by 30. So basically, the route gets its own roadway onto 35. So there is the express lanes. Might do the express lanes. Oops, no need for that. So, yeah, this roadway has to borrow 35. 35 dub. Not E. E is out in Dallas. Oops, sorry about that. So, there is going to be a junction, whoops, here we go, of where this roadway is 35. So, yeah, this will be on it from the moment before we branch off. So, oops, 71, yeah. So, this way we have to borrow 35 dub. Okay, so this is the departure from 35. So this is where we part ways and quit borrowing the interstate. Because a lot of times, interstate are multiple numbers, or routes have to borrow the interstate, not the other way around, in order to maintain its route. So, go. It's kind of hard to see. All right. So there it is. 87. Parting ways. Now we're really north of Down Tees at this point. Whoa. Sorry about that. Boom. All right. So that's that exit. Great. On to independent route. Yeah, so unfortunately, the highway tendency or the characteristics tend to end here. Chilicua. Whoops. Speed limit 35. Forget where it was. Chilicua. Oh, this is slowed up. So, I don't know what could be done about this. If that's unfortunate. I mean, it was a nice streak right alongside 44 and everything. So this is residential. Ooh. So I don't know what it does about this. And it looks like this may last for a little bit of a minute. So I'll let you know when this ends. So it looks like right after that township, it highways back up again. If that makes any sense. So this does look interstate-ish once again, but alright, speed limit 70. Yeah, it's a little township, so I don't should drive it kind of right past it, so I don't know what the solution they would be. Uh-oh. Come to the town of Kuna. So this is residential. So this is a bugaboo. Yeah, this is just gonna have to be left as a state or U.S. route rather than an interstate. So, yeah, this is just another small township. I think this is just gonna continue onward through Childress. So, let's see how long before we get out of this one. So after the Loves there, it looks as though highway resumes. There's a Loves Travel Center there. For the most part, it looks as though, yeah. Alright. So that is leaving Quina. We're still in Quina. Oops. Here's the other drawback is Childress or Childress. Yeah, there's another township or village or town. Yeah, it's Childress. So this goes on. It's another one. It's okay. Another residential town. So it looks as though after the pilot or the P-lot, or I don't know if that, no, is it like Dollar Tree or whatever? Aside from the construction that you see right here, it looks as though the highway has resumed. So it's just a brief intermission there for a few traffic lights or stoplights in a little town there. That's Childress. Well, here's some more unfortunate. Oh, township. I didn't get the name of the village or the town. Whoops. I don't know why. There's a covering on the left side. Oh. I didn't get the name. Shoot. It was on the green side. Well, you can always here at Love's. Travel Center. Will it give a name? Downtown. Downtown where? I'm trying to give out. Oh, having hiccups. Route 256. So wherever 256 is, unfortunately, the highway has turned into a town. My bad for not knowing where we is. Okay, it was called Memphis. It was called Memphis, and my bad. I don't know why there's a covering or whatever on top of the screen, but anyway, it was called Memphis, and the highway looks to have resumed. So, yeah, so the highway's starting to look back to highway. We're now entering Donley. D-O-N-L-E-Y. Uh-oh. Yeah, well, fortunately we hit Moore Township. I'm trying to think of what town this is. And my bad on the cover. I don't know what that is covering the right side. So I do apologize for the. I don't know why that is being covered. Okay, that's better. Oh, it doesn't say. Didn't say what town that we're in. My bad for not seeing this in particular. Down to 35. I think, where is this? Here, I'll get it in a second. Okay, so that was Clarendon. C-L-A-R-E-N-D-O-N, Clarendon. Yeah, Clarendon, there we go. There's a sign for that one. So I guess this is just the outskirts of it now. But it's, the highway seems to have resumed speed limit 75. Alright, so back to highway now. Town Claude, as in Jean-Claude. So this is just another town, I guess probably before Amarillo. So this is probably the last town, the least town, up until the rest of the stretch. So I think this is it up to 5. I think it's 5. Count them up to 5. So yeah. So I don't know if this intersection here is it as far as the township here of Claude, like Jean-Claude Van Damme. So it looks like after this it's on the clear. What's that? 207. Route 207, I guess, going north-south. So after this, it looks like it's just all in the clear up until 40. There in Amarillo. So I think so. I think that might be the case after this light. Yep. SH. State Highway? I think that's what SH stands for. Alright, so this looks to be the on-ramp. So this one just by default borrows, I almost said E40, I-40 waste. So this is it. Yeah, so 287 borrows 140. So we're basically here at Armadillo. Yep, there we go. So this be it. So there's a sign over there. That's where we is. So yeah, that's where we are. Okay. All right. So this is it. That's where bars. That's where DFW meets up over here in Armadillo. All right. Hopefully that informs. Okay, just to wrap things up. Pretty much the route of where I told you before is that if you're coming from H-Town, look at all them constructions. But this is the work run, as I said, around the DFW or the Metroplex. So looking at it, it's about 400 miles. But one of the things I wanted to show you about was, hold on a second. Oops. All right. Anyway, I'll just let that roll. I that's going to be some dead air. Basically, the point of where almost as though the highway feels its steps is Electra, not Carmen, and then it turns less interstate-ish. But I marked already the 5 towns that pretty much put a stop, trying to make it an entire. There's 5, by the way. There's 5. First one being, and it's basically, that's the halfway point actually between is Electra. As weird as that is, between, I don't know if that was done, where this feels a less interstate-ish and more highway-ish, if that makes any sense. So just going over the names of it. First one being, oh, that's weird. Quina, so quinine or quina, and then the next town over is Childress. Yeah, Childress, I showed you before. There's a Pilat there. And Memphis, not Tennessee, but there's a Memphis here. Clarendon. And then the last and final one is Claude. So a lot of C's in that, a lot of K. So that's basically it right there, is that with the exception of basically anything west of, I don't know what you call it at this point. If you want to say Wichita Falls, but it keeps going. I don't know why 44 drops due south. I don't know if you make 44, 62. I don't know. So, but 62 steps. But anyway, there you have it right there as far as 287. Right there, text dot. So, yeah, we'll see whether or not if any of you have watched this or what have you. But there you go. And US Route 287.